Have you ever thought to yourself, why is life so hard? If so, then you're just like most of us, but now you've found the answer to that question. Imagine holding a key in your hands, a key that could unlock love, peace, health, wealth, happiness, and freedom. A key that could open doors that you thought were permanently closed. A key that works not through chance, but through law. A law as certain as gravity, as reliable as the sunrise. This book reveals that key. In the pages ahead, you'll discover that your mind isn't merely a tool for reacting to the world, but the very architect of it. Charles F. Haanel's timeless lessons expand here with modern stories, clear teachings, and practical exercises will show you how to direct thought with purpose, concentration, and faith. You will learn how to plant thought seeds that grow into success, how to harness the law of attraction with clarity and confidence, how to dissolve fear, unlock creativity, and attract abundance, how to align with the universal mind, synonymous with God, that infinite source of wisdom and power, and most importantly, how to master your own thoughts, the true master key to life. This isn't a book to skim, it's a guide to practice. Each chapter ends with exercises designed to move these ideas from page to experience. If you commit to them, you will see changes in your thinking, your circumstances, and in your life. Many have called the Master Key System the foundation on which modern self-improvement success literature is built. Great leaders, inventors, entrepreneurs, and visionaries have drawn from its pages. Now it's your turn. Are you ready to turn the key? Today we bring you The Master Key System by Charles F. Haanel. How to use this book. This condensed version is designed to give maximum results in the shortest time. It's formatted to be quick and easy for anyone to use. First, listen through it entirely, then go back and pick the chapter that most fits your present need and start there. The way you use this book is chapter by chapter, meaning practice the application and exercise of each chapter for a specific time period, for example, like a week or a month, until it's ingrained in your thinking and actions. You'll know when to move on to the next chapter. Only you can know this. So let's begin. Chapter 1. The World Within. Everything begins in the mind. Haanel teaches us that the world within is the true source of power. Thoughts, ideas, and imagination create the world without, or external reality. Think of your mind as a fertile garden. If you plant weeds, weeds will grow. If you plant roses, roses will bloom. A person that constantly worries about failure will find themselves in failure's company, while the person who holds in mind the picture of success finds doors open to them. Example: imagine an inventor that spends years visualizing a machine. At first, it exists only in thought. Slowly, sketches appear, then prototypes, and eventually the world sees his creation. That same law applies to you. The ideas you hold and nurture will eventually take form in your life. Here's a story. Thomas Edison was once asked how he persevered after thousands of failures in inventing the light bulb. He replied, "I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that it won't work." Edison's inner vision sustained him when the outer world showed only darkness. His mind's picture guided him until reality caught up. Practical exercise. Take 10 minutes in silence today. Close your eyes and imagine your inner garden. What thoughts are growing there now? Replace one negative thought with a positive one. Visualize planting it like a seed and imagine it growing strong in your mind. Chapter 2. The Law of Growth. Every seed planted in soil grows according to its kind. Thoughts are no different. Plant the thought of courage, and courage will grow. Dwell on fear, and fear multiplies. You can't plant corn and expect to reap wheat. In the same way, you can't fill your mind with anger and expect peace in your life. What you sow in thought, you reap in experience. Here's a practical application. Start each morning by deliberately planting a thought seed. For example, say, "Today I choose patience," or "Today I will look for opportunities." As you repeat this thought, you nurture it like watering a seed. By evening, you'll notice your behavior shifting in alignment with the thought seed you've planted. Here's a story. A young student once complained to his teacher that life was always giving him problems. The teacher handed him a seed and said, "Plant this." Weeks later, the seed had grown into a sturdy sprout. The teacher asked, "Did the soil resist it? Did the sun refuse it?" The student shook his head. "Then life isn't against you," the teacher said, "but it will give you what you plant." Practical exercise. Write down one thought seed you want to cultivate this week. Use something that you feel is lacking in your life right now. Or you can use something like patience, confidence, or courage. Repeat it aloud each morning and observe how it begins to grow in your daily actions. Chapter 3. The Power of Thought. The greatest discovery of all the ages is that thought can be harnessed to shape reality. We aren't victims of chance, but creators through the steady use of focused thought. A scattered mind is like a candle flame in the wind, flickering in every direction. But a concentrated mind is like a laser, capable of cutting through steel. When you discipline your thought, holding one image, one desire, one goal, then God, or the universe, aligns to make it real. Athletes use mental rehearsal before big competitions. A sprinter visualizes the track, hears the crowd, feels the starting block, and sees themselves breaking the tape. Their mind doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality. So when they run, their body responds like they've already won. Practical exercise. Choose one goal that matters to you. Spend 5 minutes daily visualizing yourself already living in that reality. See it clearly, feel the emotions, and repeat it silently. This is already mine. Chapter 4. The Power of Concentration. Concentration is the art of directing your mental energy toward a single purpose without distraction. Haanel reminds us that scattered efforts yield little, but focused attention becomes irresistible. Your mind is like sunlight. Diffused, it provides warmth and light, but when focused through a magnifying glass, that same light can ignite a flame. Concentration transforms ordinary thought into a creative force capable of producing results. Here's a practical application. Set aside 5 minutes daily to practice concentrating on one object, a candle flame, a flower, or even a simple word like peace. Each time your mind wanders, gently return to the object. This mental discipline strengthens your ability to direct thought in everyday life. For example, Bruce Lee, the legendary martial artist, once said, "The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus." Lee's greatness didn't come just from talent, but from years of concentrated training. His ability to focus on each movement, each strike, and each breath elevated him far beyond his peers. Here's a practical exercise. Pick an object, a pen, a cup, or a flower, and for 3 minutes, focus entirely on it. If your mind drifts, bring it back. Build up to 10 minutes over time. This will sharpen your power of concentration. Because in the same way that we go to the gym and lift weights and build our muscles by exercising, our mind works the same way. The more we exercise it in certain things, the stronger it gets in those things. Chapter 5. The Law of Cause and Effect. Every effect has a cause. Success, health, happiness, none are accidents. They're the natural outcomes of definite causes. Just like illness, failure, and misery arise from their own causes. You don't blame gravity when you drop something and it falls. In the same way, you can't blame fate for outcomes in life. If you sow seeds of indifference, you can't expect a harvest of abundance. To change the effect, change the cause. And the cause is always found in thought. Here's a practical application. When you're faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what thought patterns or beliefs have caused this? Basically, think about what you're thinking about. If financial struggle persists, examine whether you've been dwelling on scarcity rather than abundance. Replace those thoughts with constructive ones, and the cause will change, altering the effect. Note, in these applications and exercises, you have to be honest with yourself. Because if you're not honest with yourself, your mind will default on a subconscious level back to thoughts of fear, anxiety, and disbelief. You'll poison your progress and end up right back where you started. For example, an entrepreneur constantly complained that competitors were stealing his clients. After self-reflection, he realized he had been secretly fearing loss more than expecting growth. He shifted his mindset. Each morning he visualized his business serving new customers with excellence. Within months, referrals increased and the losses stopped. He had changed the cause, and so the effect followed. Practical exercise. Think of one recurring problem in your life. Write it down, then ask yourself, what thought or belief might be causing this? Then replace it with constructive thought and affirm it daily. Chapter 6. The Creative Mind. The universal mind, or God, Haanel teaches us, is the storehouse of infinite intelligence. Every person that connects to this mind through thought, when we impress an idea upon it with clarity and conviction, the universal mind sets about to bring it into reality. This principle explains why intuition, inspiration, and sudden flashes of genius occur. But they aren't accidents, they're connections with the infinite reservoir of ideas. The greater your faith and receptivity, the clearer the channel becomes. Practical application. Before sleep, think clearly on the problem or desire. Picture the outcome you want as though it already exists. Release it into the universe and trust the response. Many find answers or insights or opportunities arise in unexpected ways. A conversation, a book, a coincidence. For example, Nikola Tesla once said that inventions came to him in complete detail through visions. He saw the inner workings of machines in his mind before ever putting them on paper. His connection to the universal mind was so strong that he considered himself a receiver of ideas, not the originator. Practical exercise. Tonight before sleeping, focus on one question you want answered. Visualize the solution clearly and release it to the universal mind. Keep a notebook nearby to record any insights when you wake up. Chapter 7. The Secret of Power. Power lies in understanding and applying the laws of the mind. Haanel explains that true strength isn't found in force, but in harmony with universal principles. Just like an electrician doesn't create electricity but channels it, so you do not create power by will alone. Instead, you align yourself with the infinite energy of the universal mind. This alignment requires calmness, clarity, and confidence, not strain. Practical application. Practice stillness. For a few minutes each day, sit quietly, release tension, and breathe deeply. In this state, affirm, I am one with the universal mind, or God. Power flows through me. Over time, you'll notice a deeper sense of strength and calm that carries into your actions. Mahatma Gandhi led a nation without weapons or armies. His secret of power wasn't violence, but alignment with the principle of truth. Millions followed him because his power flowed from inner harmony, not outward force. Practical exercise. Spend 5 minutes today in complete stillness. Sit upright, close your eyes, and repeat, I am calm. I am strong. I am aligned with infinite power. and feel the strength within you grow. Chapter 8. Perfect Health. Haanel emphasizes that health is the natural state of the body when the mind is filled with constructive, harmonious thoughts. Disease often begins as discord in thought and emotion, which then manifests in the body. The mind and the body are partners. A body can't thrive while the mind is poisoned with resentment, fear, or anxiety. Conversely, thoughts of vitality, peace, and gratitude strengthen the immune system and promote healing. Practical application. Each day, visualize your body filled with light and health. Imagine every cell vibrating with strength and vitality. Speak affirmations like, "Every cell of my body is whole, perfect, strong, and radiant with health." Note: I have used this practice myself, the narrator of this book, to heal myself of prostate cancer and rid it from my body. So this does work. Practical exercise. Stand in front of a mirror and say, "My body is strong, whole, and radiant with health." Visualize light filling every part of you, and wash, rinse, and repeat this for 3 minutes daily. Chapter 9. Wealth and Abundance. Wealth, Haanel reminds us, isn't about hoarding, but about flow. Money and opportunity move through channels, and your thoughts determine whether those channels open or close. Scarcity thinking contracts the mind, shutting off opportunity. Abundance thinking expands it, opening pathways for creativity and prosperity. Wealth is a result of service, providing value to others in exchange for compensation. Practical application. Develop an abundance habit. Every time you see wealth, a beautiful home, a successful business, a luxury car, bless it. Say, "What is possible for them is possible for me." This shifts envy into inspiration and aligns you with the flow of abundance. Here's a story. Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty, but she constantly imagined herself speaking to millions. Instead of focusing on lack, she envisioned abundance. As opportunities appeared, she embraced them, eventually becoming one of the wealthiest and most influential women in the world. Practical exercise. For 1 week, keep an abundance journal. Every day, write down 3 signs of prosperity you noticed around you: a thriving business, someone's success, or even nature's abundance. Bless them and affirm, "Abundance flows to me as well." Chapter 10. The Law of Attraction. Thoughts are magnets. They attract to themselves conditions, people, and circumstances that harmonize with their nature. This isn't chance, but law. If you constantly think of failure, you'll attract situations that confirm it. If you hold thoughts of success, opportunities align with that vision. The law of attraction doesn't reward or punish. It simply reflects the vibration of your dominant thoughts. Practical application. Replace complaint with gratitude. Each time you feel lack, pause and find one thing to appreciate. Gratitude shifts your vibration immediately, opening the door for greater attraction. Practical exercise. Write down one specific desire, a goal, a relationship, or opportunity. Spend 5 minutes daily visualizing it as if it's already come true. Feel the emotions of gratitude as you perform this act. Feel gratitude now. Chapter 11. Overcoming fear. Fear is a great paralyzer. It blocks the flow of creative energy and prevents action. Faith, on the other hand, dissolves fear and releases power. Fear is nothing more than a misuse of imagination. You picture negative outcomes so vividly that your body reacts as though they were real. Faith uses the same imagination to picture success, peace, and safety. Both require belief. The choice is yours. Practical application. When you feel fear arising, stop and ask, What would faith picture instead? Replace the fearful image with one of confidence. Over time, the habit of faith becomes stronger than fear. For example, Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. He admitted to feeling fear many times, but he said, "I learned that courage wasn't the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." His faith in freedom and justice overcame the fear that could have consumed and destroyed him. Practical exercise. Write down one fear that's been limiting you. Then write a new faith statement that contradicts it. For example, fear may be, "I'll fail." Faith can be, "I am capable and success is unfolding." Read your faith statement daily until it feels stronger than fear. And every time you feel fear rising up or the thought comes, you attack it with your faith statement. You repeat that statement 3 times, and the feeling of fear will dissolve away. Chapter 12. Visualization and the Imagination. Imagination is the workshop of the mind. Through visualization, you form clear mental pictures that the universal mind transforms into reality. The clearer the image, the stronger the creative power. Fuzzy thoughts create weak results. Vivid pictures draw life into themselves. Imagination isn't daydreaming. It's deliberate mental creation. Practical application. Create a mental movie of your ideal life. See yourself walking through it, speaking, working, living. Add details, colors, smells, sounds, emotions, and wash, rinse, and repeat this visualization daily until it's automatic. Practical exercise. Close your eyes and picture one goal as if it were happening now. See it clearly for at least 5 minutes. Every day, add more detail until the picture is as real in your mind as in life. Chapter 13. The Law of Service. Haanel reminds us that lasting success and fulfillment come through service. To give is to receive, and to serve others is to open the channels of abundance for yourself. Service isn't sacrifice. It's the joyful expression of your talents in ways that benefit others. The value you provide determines the reward you receive. The greater and more sincere the service, the greater the return. Practical application. Examine your work or personal life. Ask yourself, how can I serve more? How can I add more value? The answer might be as simple as listening with patience, offering encouragement, or improving your craft. Practical exercise. Today, perform one act of service without expectation or reward. A kind word, a helping hand, or an extra effort at work. Notice and feel the sense of fulfillment that it creates within you and without. Chapter 14. Spiritual Truth. The Master Key teaches that all true power comes from Spirit. Spirit is life, and to live in harmony with it is to live in truth, wisdom, and strength. Spirit isn't something distant. It's the essence within you. When you align thought with spiritual truth, love, harmony, abundance, you rise above fear and limitation. This alignment gives clarity of purpose and peace of mind. Practical application. Each morning affirm, I am a spiritual being, one with infinite mind, and I live in truth, love, and harmony. This simple practice centers your thoughts and aligns you with higher principles. Here's a story. Albert Schweitzer, physician and Nobel Prize laureate, lived by the principle of reverence of life. His spiritual conviction guided his medical work in Africa, inspiring generations. His alignment with truth gave him the energy to serve tirelessly. Practical exercise. Sit quietly for 10 minutes and repeat, I am spirit, I am truth, I am free. Feel this truth saturating every thought and carry that awareness into your day. Chapter 15. The Master Key. Here, Haanel brings us to the heart of the system. The master key is the conscious control of thought. By mastering your thinking, you hold the key to health, wealth, power, and freedom. The key isn't a secret formula, but discipline. To think what you choose rather than what the world has programmed you with. To hold thoughts of harmony when surrounded by chaos, abundance when faced with lack, faith when confronted by fear. This is mastery. Practical application. Train your mind daily. Each time a negative thought arises, replace it with a positive one. Each time a doubt appears, affirm confidence. Over time, your mind becomes a fortress of strength, shaping life by design rather than accident. Here's a story. Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men of his time, attributed his success not to luck, but to controlled thought and vision. He said that every step in his career was first conceived in his mind before it appeared in reality. His disciplined thinking was his master key. Practical exercise. For 1 week, keep a thought journal. Each evening, write down 3 recurring thoughts you noticed during the day. Were they constructive? Were they beneficial or detrimental? Begin replacing the detrimental ones with new, deliberate choices. Epilogue. The Master Key System is a lifelong study and practice. Its application requires belief, consistency, persistence, and faith, but the rewards are immense. This condensed version, though short, the power and effectiveness of its results aren't lost. It's condensed to match today's busy individuals into short teachings and easy exercises that anyone can practice. We bless you on your journey toward mastery of thought, success, and personal freedom. The end. Thanks for listening. Please drop a like and subscribe to our channel so that you won't miss as we release other motivational and inspirational content. Thank you again for listening. Peace and blessings be upon you and yours. Have a fantastic day.